Next is inheritance I was talking about. Okay, so this is another class here. I'm inheriting the base class, which is this. I have done this like something before. Okay, so now we have this method, the static method. I want to override this method. So there is two keywords, a new and the override. So there is a one. Static method can be override with new keyword, and this is also called overriding. Just uncommenting this that I wrote before. Okay, this is the here. That's I typed it. So here is the thing is we can override the static value which is in the base class with the new keyword, and we can give some different implementation. That means we can write some different coding here, functionality. And so that was about this static method to be override using the new keyword. There is another keyword is virtual. So this is also I wrote before, but I'm just uncommenting this. Okay, so this is also called the overriding. This is the virtual method which has a void return type. Access modifier is public, and this is virtual method. It specifies that. And this one can be override in the child class with the override keyword. That is also called overriding. So I can less having some right line. Okay, any functionality we can write here. I mean, I can be written here. Any functionality can be written here. Okay, these two things, it is the inheritance concept. The one more thing is that we can, I mean, multiple inheritance can't be done in C#. So we cannot have another class as a base class. This won't work, it gives error. But we can implement multiple can be achieved using interface. Okay, so this is the interface that I was trying. Okay, this is the interface, and here if you type like anything access modifier, it gives error. You cannot have this. By default is a public. Okay, so there is one method here, and now this class implements this interface. Okay. What's wrong here? Okay, we must need to implement that method here. So that was I wrote here. Okay, now that error has gone. See? Okay. So that was another thing in inheritance. The third thing is polymorphism, which is this. We have a same name, same return type, same everything, signature, and with different parameters only. That's called method overloading. Same name, different parameters. We can give different implementation inside these methods. But this thing is called polymorphism method overloading. So two things about overloading and overriding in a object-oriented programming inheritance. Encapsulation means we encapsulate everything in this class. That's called encapsulation. So this class encapsulate everything inside it is called an encapsulation. Okay. So all these variables, properties, function, methods, everything related to that particular object. Okay, that was about the inheritance. Now, what else is remain? Okay, this dispose. So what does this dispose does? That dispose the unmanaged resources. And for doing this, we need to type implement iDisposable interface. That was the thing. We must need to implement this iDisposable interface in order to call this dispose method. And it releases the unmanaged resources. This is called explicit because it's not being called by itself. And then one more thing that I found, private virtual method, this gives an error. Because virtual abstract member cannot be private. This is one more thing to understand. It should be public or protected. Yeah. Okay, there is one more thing is value type and the reference type. So whenever we declare this value, integer, string is the reference type, integer, double, float, all are the value type. Means it has the value in its own memory, and this has the reference type has address of the object it stores. So those two things. Okay, one more thing was about the constant and read only is it compiles at the compile time, and we can assign a value for the read-only variable at runtime too. Those two tricks covered. And then we can further inherit this class as well. Right. See. Okay, so that's how it goes, like inheritance. In hierarchy, it happens. Now there is a constructor. There was a one more keyword, is a this keyword. Okay, so this refers to, we are getting this one, look, this one of the base class. We can access the base class variables inside this inheritor class. Okay, child class means one more is, so what we can do to not class to be inherited, we use a keyword sealed here, so it can be inherited further. This keyword can be inherited. So if I try no, any class, just give the name sealed class, this gives the error, cannot derive from sealed type. Okay. Okay, then what is remaining? We have a collection here, this collection class, collection namespace, and collection.generic, and then the link queue. That I will do later on, but let's just put some little bit about it. Generic class can be written like this. Where this specifies the type. Okay. This. You can get the type of this. So in that, if we have a is the constructor. What's wrong here? This is the int. Okay, this is where we are returning this one. This is the property name. This one. Then it goes here. It needs the one type argument. Okay, then ZD dot ZD equal to generic dot JDB. So that was the generic class here. One more thing in this class is these are the collection. I will do it later. Indexers. Index. So it can public int this. This is the array name. indexers in the class. Destructor is automatically called by itself, so if you don't write it, it is okay, but it can be like this. Tilde sign, I don't see on my, oh yeah, got it, yeah. This is the destructor. Okay, what's next is a delegate. That I will do in the next video too. Let's do it then here. This is the delegate. See you later. It's a little bit more to explain inside that. And then try catch block, that's yeah, this is a try catch block. Everything has to be written inside this, so it catches the exception and throw. It's better because it gives the whole stack trace of exception, and with multiple catch block cannot be executed. If once is done here, it goes to the finally block itself, and if there is any other exception, then this is the base exception, and these are the that should be written first. Okay. Those are the things that's it. I will do next generic class collection and delegates in the next video. Thanks for watching. Have a good day.